Great morning. Today is a great day. Let me hear you say it. Today is a great day. Today is my day. I am healthy. I am happy. I am humble. I am wealthy. I am strong. Yes, today is a great day. Thank you guys for tuning in with me with yet again another relatable and transparent episode with the Next Level Plug. Yes, today I am driving in my car, so if you hear a little traffic, air, whatever it may be, yes, I'm in my car. This morning I wanted to get up and just talk to you guys about understanding oneself and the hardship of trying to truly figure out who we are in this day and time. Now, I came across this. Actually, it started with the thought in my head. I was wondering why I always wanted to pull back to someone that I used to talk to as far as dating. And I'm like, yo, that's not right, because we were meant to go forward, Our future is not behind us, but in front of us. So I'm like, okay, all right. And then the thought of soul ties, it literally just was popped up in my head. I'm like, oh wow, let me look up the definition of this. Let me figure out what it is that may be holding me to that person that is in my past clearly, and I am trying to manifest a new way of living with that person, which I feel like is ultimately holding me back from what God is calling me to. And granted, I'm still in the midst of not really figuring it out, but figuring me out and understanding what it is that's holding me back. So yesterday I went online and I did a little research. And when I say a little research, I literally did a little research, because we all have some type of clue of what soul ties mean. We think of it as an attachment. It can either be spiritually, it could be physically or mentally, that or verbally, something that we said. Not spiritually, sexually, I'm sorry, which is spiritually because it's in your soul. But I looked up the definition of soul ties, and it went on Google, because Google is our best friend in this day and time. So I went on to Google. I'm like, yeah, Google, what is soul ties? Define soul ties. It said it's an emotional, sexual, or material attachment. So I'm like, okay, well, if I have a soul tie with someone that's in my past, I clearly want to keep going forward, because no one wants to stay in the past, especially knowing that it's in the past, and therefore you shouldn't be revisiting the past, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, next question. How to break a soul tie? So I came upon this article, and I was reading it, and it pretty much gave me a verbal affirmation or a verbal prayer to say out loud, to declare that the soul tie with that person is broken. And then also, they also told me a couple steps, I read a couple steps on there. It was if you have anything material-wise that someone gave you that was in the past, you can throw it away, or you get rid of it. Some people don't want to do that because some things are beneficial to us. However, it's, I saw that as being one step of breaking a soul tie. Going back, saying things like some people may say, while being in a relationship, I love you and only you. And then, of course, things happen, and then you're not in a relationship with that person anymore. And then you're trying to figure out, why is it that you're having this hard time getting over this person? And ultimately it's because of the things you speak over your life. And that's why I'm a firm believer on affirming things. And the Bible even states the power of the tongue is life or death, so whatever you speak into life, the universe it doesn't conceive emotional words. So you can say certain things in a jokingly way, but that universe only hear those words and not that joke behind it. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I read up on that. I'm like, shoot. So, of course, I'm like, I'm doing everything, that it says. And, of course, it's like, for me, I was like, all right. So, it didn't happen in the snap of a finger for me. But as the days go on, as the day went on yesterday, I was starting to think, like, ultimately, things happen for a reason. But in this day of time, we have to be very educated on the things that we allow in our lives. And when I say educated, yes, I mean educated, because if you don't know what soul ties mean, and if you're not being aware of who you're allowing inside of your body, I mean, look, I'm just being real. I'm just going to be transparent, because here you're going to be able to be transparent. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be honest with you. When you're having sex with people, you have to understand that you don't even know that person the way they know themselves. You know what I'm saying? They may tell you secrets. They may tell you some things that they ain't never told anybody else. But at the end of the day, you don't know what that person is holding inside. So when you're having sex, you're having a soulful interaction, and they're attaching something to you, and you're attaching something to them. So I like I mentioned before, or maybe I didn't, just imagine someone gluing two pieces of wood together. Now they let them dry overnight. So these things like super glue, like the strongest glue ever. Just think of the strongest glue ever, right? And now you go and rip them apart. That's how a soul tie is when one isn't together anymore. That's why for me, I'm really big on saving myself. And y'all, this is one of the hardest things for me to do, especially coming into this knowledge that, you know what I'm saying, that was always there, but I never really went into depth with understanding what it is that's going on with me. And yeah, a lot of people having, hot girl summers or whatever. Well, while you're out here doing what you want to do, because we can all do that, you know what I'm saying, like, you're entitled to do whatever you want to do, but just be aware now, when you're at that point in life when you want to really grow into the woman that God has called you to, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, because if you're out here having fun, quote unquote, is what they say, I guess, or being grown, because I've heard that, just know that in the end, you're gonna have to really grow. How can I say this? This is how I imagine, and I'm gonna just be honest with you. Imagine you have multiple layers, and you're on the bottom layer. So every time you have a sexual encounter with someone, have sex with someone, they throw a layer of dirt on you, right? And then you having sex with someone else, and you throw another layer of dirt on you. I mean, when I say you, I mean your personality, your character traits, your joyous approach to things, your openness, I don't know, but just imagine all of the good traits you can possibly think about yourself, and just allow it to be piled with so much dirt and clump and gunk and all of the nasty stuff, right? Now, when you're at this point in life where you're really like, okay, I'm going to pause all of that. Not even pause. I'm going to stop all of that, because I know there's a bigger purpose over my life, right? And now you got to find your way out of that. You got to find who you are out of that. Like, you're literally at the bottom, because everybody done ever either left something of themselves on you, or they've taken a part of you. So with that, now you have to really dig deep, be able to grab yourself from the bottom and I'm not going to say yourself, because at the end of the day, I don't even believe I'm grabbing myself. It's ultimately God grabbing me from the bottom, cleansing me from everything that anybody has left in my soul that wasn't who he has made me to be, and pull me up to the top. Now that transaction, or that transition of being grabbed from the bottom to the top, now you got to come through all of that, and it's going to be revealed to you it may not. It's going to be revealed to you what was attached to you, And you're going to ultimately, think about, dang, like that personality, that came from so-and-so, whatever. This is how I look at it. I'm just being real with y'all. This is my thoughts about it. So with that being said, now that I'm somewhat not at the top, like not where I can woo, you're Keisha, you're Lakeisha, you are you, no, I'm like, okay, like I'm not as worse off as I was before. Like I can see my interactions with others coming back. I can see my communication skills, the ones that, when I was in high school before I actually started having sex, I was a people's person, and I was also very humble and to myself, but classy. And now that today I'm like, Lord, I don't even know what to do. Do I like this? Do I not like this? And I'm like, that's not okay. It's okay to have a little indecisiveness saying when you go out to eat, but when it comes to who you are and you're trying to figure it out, I ultimately believe that that soul ties have it plays a huge part in that, because, no, not that I didn't go out here and, have sexual encounters with hundreds and thousands of people, but the little few that I did ultimately, sadly took a part of me or left a part of them, where I'm trying to figure out, this is not me, this is not who I am, so now dealing with that, it's like, okay, all right, God, I see you. Now what do I do with this? Now I know I give this to you, but how do you want me to maneuver out of this? What lesson do you want me to learn out of this layer? Because, as I come out, I feel like there's always another layer that God is shedding off of me. And so, yeah. So I just feel like at the end of the day, guys, be very, very mindful. I can't stop you, because nobody could stop me when I was in that place in my life. But I do want to bring awareness to soul ties, because at the end of the day, these soul ties can be a very, very storytelling, happy ending thing or view, or it can be a very demonic, scary, dark place, because when you don't know who you are and you feel lost, you're ultimately not in a good place, and God can use that. God used me, he's still using me, and I'm so grateful for it. But I feel like when I come upon knowledge, I have to share with you guys, because at the end of the day, we may be aware, you may be aware, but somebody that's going to listen to this is not clearly aware of the things that they're doing. And I'm going to be the one to tell you, God had to pull me through a lot of dirt. He's still pulling me through. And you know what? I brought it on myself. But I feel like, at the end of the day, if I knew better, I'd do better. And now that I know better, the power is not in me. Well, the power is in me because God is in me. But the power is in the knowledge that God brings to me. And it's in the obedience. But even that is not hard. I mean, even that is not easy. So whoever may need to hear this, soul ties is very serious. I know it's hard to wait to till you feel like you found that guy and you're married or whatever the case may be. But if there's anything that I want you to remember from this podcast, this episode, would just be ultimately wait until you know who you are. Stop being manipulators, because even I fall in that at one point in time in my past life. Oh, what can he do for me? If he can do that for me, then he's cute, and if it goes somewhere, then it goes somewhere. But that's a manipulating mind. And so, in this day and time, we feel like, oh, give this and give that. Give me this and I'll give you that. No. Let's not. Let's be true to ourselves, and then everything else will be added. But y'all have a blessed day and start taking inventory of who you're not, what you feel that's in you that's not of you, your attitude, the way you throw yourself at people. I don't know what it is, but I can ultimately just let you guys know, like, that is not okay. It's okay to be aware of it. It's okay to take accountability of yourself, but to keep going throughout your life just having sex with random people, that's not okay, because at the end of the day, you're going to lose a piece of yourself, and it's going to be so much harder to find who you are. Y'all have a blessed day. Always take inventory and speak life, not death.